Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to cover the production process for three materials: Australium, Lead 209 and also Desh. All three of these materials have been requested a lot by all of you in the recent videos, so here we go. And also the timestamp for each of these production process is in the description down below. Last week I did a video for Americium production. I highly recommend you check it out as it is kinda relevant to this video as well. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. We are going to start with Australium ore. Now as you can see, my current X and Z coordinates are -74 and -88. Now Australium can only be found in your world for X and Z coordinates of -400 or -400. So grab a pickaxe, preferably one which has silk touch on it, and let's head to -400 X and Z coordinates. Now in this world that I have made, this coordinate happens to be at the shore of this lake or ocean right here. So let's head down the coordinate, and also I'm going to grab some night vision potion as it's going to be pretty dark down here. So once you get down to the coordinates, you will find plentiful of Australium ore. All of these yellow ores that you are seeing that look like gold, they are Australium ore. So this is the only place in your entire world where this ore can be found. Now mining this ore is like mining any other normal ore. So you don't need any special pickaxe for it. You can mine it using a normal pickaxe and it will give you one Australian ore. So grab as much ore as you can from this entire cave, and while you are doing that, also keep a lookout for rare earth ore. As we are pretty deep down here, there is a chance that you will find rare earth ore down here. As you can see, my Y coordinates are 13, so yeah, we are pretty far down. Now the thing with rare earth ore is that it looks kind of similar to stone. So if I place down a rare earth ore next to stone, you will see that their textures are nearly similar. So it's very easy to miss it. That's why I recommend keeping an eye out for rare earth ore as you need it to make Desh. Now if you mine this ore using a normal pickaxe, then what it will give you is fragments of rare earth elements. Now you will need to basically shred all of these and then combine them again, which is a tedious process. Instead, grab a pickaxe which has silk touch on it and then mine out this ore. What it will do is give you straight up rare earth ore. This is much better than getting all of the different fragments. So yeah, once you have grabbed all of the Australium ore and the rare earth ore, let's head back to our base so that we can begin processing it. So first we are going to process the Australian ore, and in order to process it there are two ways. First, you can straight up smelt it and you will get one nugget for one ore. Now that's a terrible ratio. So the next best thing that you can do is plot or basically put all of your ore in a shredder, and then you will get two powders for each and every ore. So here we have a shredder and we should get 18 pieces of Australium powder. Now depending on the modpack that you are playing, it is possible to get better results. So I have thermal expansion here. So for one ore you can get 3 ingots. But yeah, that highly depends on the modpack that you are playing on. So that's that. So once you have all of the powder, the next step of processing is going to be the silex. So we take all of this powder and put it down in a silex. And this process is going to require visible light. So for visible light, get your bismuth crystal and start your FEL. What this will do is break down the Australium powder into its two core components. The first one will be the lesser Australium nugget and the other one will be the greater Australium nugget. Both of these things will give you different results for your RBMK rod. So we have the lesser one and the greater one. Now the lesser Australium nugget will give you the low enriched Australium fuel rod. And if we take a look at the properties of this fuel rod, it's pretty interesting. As this fuel rod is self-igniting, but it also has a safe function. That means that you can use it with extremely reactive rods and your reactor should not explode. So that's a safe rod, which is the low enriched Australium rod. As for the high enriched Australium rod, it has a medium square root function, kinda like uranium, and yeah, it's a normal fuel rod. But the one we are interested in is going to be the low enriched Australium fuel rod, as that is the maximum output that you are going to get from your silex anyways. Now in order to deplete this fuel rod, I am using a very simple reactor design. This is the standard 5x5 reactor with 5 moderated fuel rods and 4 steam channels, and this is completely surrounded by reflectors. Now in the middle we have a driver fuel rod. I am using high enriched Americium 242, the one we produced in the last video. That's why I told you to check it out. And as for the other fuel rods, I am using low enriched Australium. and as you can see, they are depleting at a pretty decent rate. So we have 4% depletion on each and every one of our Australium rod. And yeah, make sure to keep this reactor in a chunk loaded area using chunk loaders. And also, in order to start this reactor, you won't necessarily need Americium. To start this reactor, make sure to place a medium enriched plutonium rod first, and once the reactor has warmed up properly, then you can replace the plutonium rod with Americium. So yeah, these are the two things that you need to keep in mind. Now what happens once the Australium rod is depleted? So once it's depleted, you need to take it out and cool it down in a spent fuel pool drum, and make sure to remove any xenon poisoning if there is any. So once you get the depleted pellets out, and you can process them in a silex again using visible light, and it will give you three main outputs. First one is going to be lead nugget. The another output is going to be lead 209, which is going to be a main output. So we have lead 209, the one we need to focus on, and lesser Australium nugget. So that's that. So now that this process is done, let's take a look on how to use the lead 209. And boys, do remember to wear protection. Your hazmat suit, I mean. It's pretty important while dealing with lead 209. So you can craft lead 209 billets using nuggets like this, and then it can be used to make your self-charging lead battery, which is only one short than the Americium battery, providing 5000 HE per tick. And you can also craft them into RTG pellets. These are pretty powerful and they last for a long time. So yeah, now let's come to our third item, which is going to be Desh. For Desh, you are going to need three materials, and this is one of the way to craft it. You are going to need rare earth ore, you are going to need coal ore, and also redstone ore. So first things first, let's start with redstone. Process the redstone in an ore acidizer, and that will give you a redstone crystal. Next, bring that crystal in a centrifuge, and in the centrifuge you will get two outputs. First is going to be redstone dust, and next is going to be drop of mercury. The main object of interest here is the drop of mercury. Next up, we need to process the coal ore also. So the coal ore is going to give you coal powder, and while that's taking place, also process the rare earth ore in the ore acidizer. So here we have coal powder, a second main ingredient, and one thing that you need to know is that drops of mercury can be placed inside a barrel so that you can use mercury as a fluid, and you can also have them in your inventory so that you can use them as an item. Now once you have obtained your rare earth crystals, process them in a centrifuge, and that will give you your Desh blend. So each crystal will give you two pieces of Desh blend and also some zirconium splinters. These splinters can be used to make the zirconium fast breeders and yeah, other zirconium related items. So now we have all of our main items. Let's head to the crafting table. Place down your Desh blend, your coal powder, and also your mercury drops like this. So one Desh blend, one coal powder, and two pieces of mercury will give you Desh ready blend. Now this Desh ready blend can then go in an ore acidizer, and the acidizer will give you one Desh ingot for every Desh ready blend. So this method of production is actually pretty easy, and it doesn't require light oil. Because if we were to use the chemical plant in order to produce the Desh ingots, you will need Desh blend, light oil, and for that you need a refinery and also liquid mercury. So that's another way of producing Desh. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, do smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Peace out my guys, stay safe.